What's going on, guys? Greg from Catskills Collections TCG. Today we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna do a inventory video. Talk a little bit about what's going on and what the plan is going forward. Business cards. Just having a fun one out there. But I actually have my first 2-day show this weekend in New Jersey. The Morris County Card Show, it's called. It's gonna be a fun show. I've seen a lot of videos of prior shows and just 1-day shows. It seems like a lot of fun. And this is gonna be a 2-day show where I'm betting next to my buddy. And actually my girlfriend and I are gonna get away and get a hotel for the night on Saturday and go out and have a date night, you know, without the kids and all that type of stuff. So it's gonna be a good time, fun time. As for the show itself, this is only my only show I'm gonna have in October. The one I did have previously got moved and pushed back to November. So unfortunately that kind of was unfortunate and annoying, but you know, move on, go on from there. It's very important to have other ways to sell cards if you're not going to shows. Shows might not always be around. Going to shows that are worth it is always, you know, a thing. You know, is it worth going to? But you know, selling on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is, you know, it definitely helps to have that option. Shows to me are kind of a luxury. Yes, we pay to go to those shows, but it's a way to get eyes to see your stuff, get your name out there, your brand out there, that type of stuff. So it does serve its purpose for buyers and sellers and traders and all that type of stuff. In November, though, we have 3 shows. There's the Upstate Con at the Albany Colony Mall, which is a huge mall. It's the show's from 10 to 6. That's gonna be an awesome show. I'm very excited for that. That's my first mall show. I've seen a lot of mall show videos and clips and whatever else, so it seems like a good time. So I'm excited for that. And then I have 2 shows back to back on the 15th and 16th in Albany. The 518 Cards and Collectibles show again. I did that before, and then my first show ever was the Capital Region Card Show, which is the next day. So that's gonna be super exciting to go to those shows again. And then we'll go from there for December. I do coach basketball, so, and my first day of practice/tryouts is November 17th. So I have show on the Saturday, show on Sunday, tryouts, practice on Monday, and basketball season gets us going. So I'm gonna have to go through my basketball schedule and see when I can vend at shows again, and you know, still have time for my family and things like that. Obviously, my daughter plays on my team. She's on varsity. She's in 10th grade. You know, so I have responsibilities as a dad / coach / boyfriend, whatever. I do have another 10-year-olds in 5th grade or whatever, or 11, turning 11 this year. So you know, we'll have to see where I can go to shows and where it makes sense to go to shows, and probably more ones in the Albany area, mostly in December. But we'll see how it all works out. For today, I'm going to show off probably the bigger hitters. I have the binders to have some mid-end to lower-end stuff. All the cool stuff, though, obviously, is in the display case. Actually, I'm going to do slabs first, just because there's not as much slabs. We'll go off with the big ones first. This Groudon. It's actually right now, you're looking for an 8. This is a great time to get one. Let me see, move the camera a little bit so it's not big as a glare. It's a PSA 8 though. You know, some auctions have been weird, but I'm selling with the guard. This is how I got it. This is how I'm going to sell it. That's going out. Japanese Sylveon. I think this is from VMAX Climax. Yeah, VMAX Climax. It's funny, I was looking for this card in English for the longest time to sell or whatever. And it came on my table in a deal actually with a Flareon V promo. And it's Japanese with the 10, so I love this card. So I picked that up right away, obviously. Got some 9s, Charizard RDX. It's a cool card. I mean, it's a 9, it's going up. I just took it. It was a cool trade. Everyone loves Charizard, so I figured I'd be able to move it. But again, we'll see how that goes. Another 9, and it's an Evolution, it's an Umbreon. GameStop W. Got it for like $70, something like that, maybe. I think maybe even less. But another 9, and it's honestly super minty. It's honestly super. I keep thinking about cracking it out, looking at this back, because it is definitely minty. Shiny Mewtwo. 9 again. So I like to have cards that are affordable for everybody. You know, 10s, 9s. If it's going to be an 8 or lower, it has to be an older card for sure. So, but if you 2 and a 9 is pretty cool. Tag team in a 10. I know it's only the full art, not the alt art, but still a cool card. This one's gone up like crazy lately. The regular Gengar VMAX in a 10. Cool card. Giovanni, one of the cooler trainers out there right now, in a 10. This is actually from a PC, actually. This is one of the coolest Arcanines I think is out there. I love this card. I love the EXs in general. Speaking of EXs in GameStop, I got this card for $50. And it's not first edition, so if you don't know that in Japanese, non-first edition is actually more rare than first edition in Japanese. It's reverse in English, obviously. That is for like $53 on GameStop. Yeah. And then also another GameStop W, Arceus V-Star Japanese. You can't see the pattern because of the reflection, whatever, but actually ordered a new camera. I have a new camera, stand coming, so I'm going to make videos of POVs, and hopefully these videos will be better too with a stand and everything like that, and a mic and whatever else. But yeah, so these are some of my bigger slabs. I have some more slabs, but these are the ones that I'm looking to sell this weekend, hopefully, at the show. And then we'll start off with the lightly played cards that I have. Some of my favorites, Flareon, LP. Honestly, it's LP. Like I said, I'm someone who's fair, and if I'm buying this card, I would want it to be priced fairly, so I'm making sure that it is priced fairly, so, yeah, so, it's LP. I do stickers, anything yellow is LP, orange is MP, and obviously white is near mid. You'll see some white ones too. So, Flareon, this Kyogre. Again, this was a PC card, actually. Letting this one go is so tough. so tough to let that one go, but it's such a cool card. YouTube, I got a lot of this stuff was on my PC to help get my business started. So, and yeah, sometimes you gotta make some choices. You gotta get started somehow. This is a cool card. I love old school EXs. They're so cool. T-Tar, Rainbow, Dark T-Tar, some vintage hollows. I love the vintage hollows. This is actually one of my favorite cards here is Erica's Venusaur. Some EX era stamps, Kyogre, Squirtle, Crystal Guardians. That one's an awesome card. This one's a played promo, but it's still such a cool card. Vaporeon, Blastoise, Gyarados. This is a dope card. And a couple of Megas LPs. This is actually MP1. I actually have an MP1 and an LP1 of this, actually, so. And then Alakazam. This stack over here is probably the bigger stack. I'll do that part last, actually. Milotic, got this in a trade, partial cash, so that's a pretty cool card to have. Moltres Japanese, this is an awesome card. Like I said, awesome cards that I have this weekend for the show. For the 2-day show, I wanted to have pretty cool cards. I wanted to have cards everyone might want. There's another vintage Jolteon. Here's an LC reverse, Nidoran, awesome. Flareon promo, Greninja promo. This is actually an eBay find. Basically, I got this for free in the lot. The lot I got for like $160, and this was in the lot. The lot was like $250 in value. This is basically got this card for free. That's dope. Alakazam, everyone loves 5151. I'm trying to have some tag teams, like I said. This Gengar, awesome card. People love this card. Prime Celebi. You don't see a lot of Prime cards run around. Stamped. Where's the stamp at? Where is it at? There it is. And these two promos are awesome. Again, in another lot that I found on eBay. There was actually 3 of these in there. I kept one for myself. I had the one that had Ash's regular hat. So, these are so cool. Kept one for myself. Alternate art promos. Again, more eBay finds. I actually put a video out my last video about eBay finds and how to find stuff on eBay. I said all of these are eBay finds, all in lots together. and you wouldn't believe the prices I spent and things like that. So check out that last video if you want to see about that and you know how I am doing that and things like that. It's actually my most watched video, which I'm very thankful for. But here's my last stack of cards. Celebration Zard. Not really a huge Celebrations guy, but this came across me at the last show, partial trade, so I took it in. Why not? Shining Lugia, awesome card, awesome promo. More EX, Magmar, another promo. So promos going crazy, so I have some promos that I like to pick up. T-Tar, art rare, IR actually, Zapdos, Japanese version, but it's so cool. Fable first edition. Eden Star Full Art is such a good one. Such a cool card. This card is a Japanese exclusive, not in English at all. And we got one of my favorites. It's actually got a nasty scroll in the middle here that you can't see. But it's such a cool EX card. And then we got this guy and this guy. Two absolute bangers. I have to reprice all these cards. I haven't repriced them since the last time I had a show. So if you see prices that look absolutely insane, don't judge me. I haven't repriced anything yet. The show isn't until this weekend, so I have a couple of days to reprice some stuff. But yeah, those are my top cards that I'll have in the display case. I actually picked up some slab displays from another friend on Twitter and Instagram, Hopefully DJ. He makes display cases for slabs and everything like that. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's my big stuff that I have. I have to get some work done and figure how to price some stuff out. But thank you for watching, guys.